Morning all. After a very complicated and heavy day moving the Primrose Hill clients yesterday, I came in quite late, literally had a shower, ordered takeaway and went to bed. I was on my feet for 13 hours straight. This is what happens if you sort of handle removals and it's your responsibility. So it was a really heavy day. Couldn't really film. I think I put one thing out on, possibly on Snapchat, and one thing on Instagram, and that was about it. It was just too rushed to do anything. And you wouldn't have got much benefit or knowledge from it. So today, lots of work has been done. The cleaners have been in, but the carpets are going down. I still have a few issues running around about joinery, but I'll see if I can explain those later. Other than that, we need to get on with the day. First and foremost, I need to go and get cash out for the carpet fitter. So he's paid for a few things in cash, so he'll be getting those, and the rest can be done by bank transfer, of course, as usual. But I do need to go to the cash point. And I'm also returning some of the wood flooring. If you remember, some of this had been over-ordered prudently, so that's all going back. Let's see what the day holds. So here I am at the house, and they've made really good progress. We have, as you know, got an action-packed day here going on, so they've done lots of work over the last 3 days in preparation for today, which has got quite a few things coming in. There's even a sofa delivery coming in, which I'll show you later on when that turns up, but we've got a couple of hours before that happens. But first things first, let's have a walk around and see what needs to be done.
So here you can see the floor sanding has been done. It's looking a lot cleaner and a lot brighter. A few bits of Correx lying on the floor here. Radiator still wrapped up, but all looking a lot brighter, a lot less yellow. Here, this has all been painted. We just need a couple of the handles to go on. And then these will be sorted, and there's a plug socket there that's missing. So that will be put in later. And here are all the appliances ready to go, and at the back those two are the shades that go on the master bedroom reading lights. Then you've got the wine cooler, all the other appliances here, along with the hob and the skirting.
What has arrived are the knobs for the joinery, which are going up in the upper bedrooms here at the house. So I haven't seen those yet. I'm not quite sure what the client has chosen because they've just delivered them. So let's open those and see what there is.
So let's have a look at a couple of the knobs, and these are by Anthropology, and these are going into the little boys' room right at the top. You can see they're brightly coloured, they're ceramic, and there's quite a few of them, so they'll go on the top and bottom cupboards. And then these other ones are going into the little girls' room on the first floor next to the master bedroom, and these are slightly raised, a little bit more scalloped. They're looking good, very sweet. And these are the tiles going on to the cloakroom floor. You can see the yellow Dutra waterproofing going on at the back there.
Often you'll come on site and see an extraordinary amount of mess, but the guys can actually clean this up extremely quickly. This is what they're quite used to doing. So often it looks a mess, but actually it's quite easy to remedy, so don't get too scared. But you can always ask the foreman on the job if you really are worried about mess and timing and moving things out the way. Today we have a sofa coming in, which we couldn't really stop because just because of delivery dates, and we need it in. So a space needs to be cleared, and that space is going to be behind me, sort of roughly over there. So everything that is in that back space needs to move forward into this space here. The boys have been told, so we're all on track for the moment, and it's not due in probably for another 3 hours or so. In the meantime, they're going to carry on working. If you remember, the fireplace was the wrong one, so this now has been remedied, and that's going to be sorted out quite soon, I think, with the suppliers of the fireplace itself. In the meantime, we've done the skirting, which is going around it, so you can see this here on the bottom. that's the extra skirting, and that basically means that can now be sanded and painted and finished off. The only other thing that we need to do in this section is obviously the dado rail, which you can see will be following from round here, all round here, and moving along to there. But we have a little bit of time for that, obviously, because obviously the fireplace needs to be sorted.
Another coat has gone on to the walls. You can see the beautiful white picked out against railings by Farrow and Ball. All looking good up here, all the way through up to the upper hallway. The master bedroom top frame of the window has been finished, so that's all good. Took a little bit of chivying along, but that's all sorted. And spinning around, we can see the bedroom reading wall lights are fastened on. We just need the plate to go on just there, and that's all sorted. The top child's room mural is safely on the wall. That's looking great, and all nicely done there with the plug socket. You can see almost hidden away. That's looking lovely. Next door into the guest bedroom, this is a Cole & Son very popular wallpaper called Woods. And you can see we've had to wave this over the chimney breast to make sure that looks good. And then you can obviously see the sockets, which are still there lying flush against the wall. And obviously here is the joinery. These are just awaiting the black and white knobs from Anthropology. So this is the ornate banister end, which is in the middle of being sanded.
Absolute nuts. Everyone's arrived at once. The Banham guy's gone. The carpet guy's arrived. The head builder's on site, getting stuff done, being asked a whole barrage of questions. I've got the keys for the front door. I've got the cards for the front door. What else have I got? What am I doing about the sink in the kitchen? What am I doing about the chopping board that we're putting in place of the grill that's on top? I can show you that later. Just a whole raft of things coming in and out. Running up and down, manic. This is what it's like with 2 days to go. Absolutely manic here at the house today, as you would probably imagine. The sofa is being delivered as we speak. The carpet fitter is laying the gripper and the underlay down. I've decided to break the carpet into 2 days. It was just going to be 1 day, but there are still so many little niggling bits to do. And because the colour of the carpet is ivory, I've said to the fitter, would it be better if we actually just put the underlay down, obviously with the gripper, fit the carpets round, but finish the fitting, actually pushing it down and fitting it down to the gripper? Would that be best served if we did that tomorrow, which gives the guys an extra few hours, effectively overnight and early tomorrow morning, to get all the other little bits to be done. There's a couple more bits of lighting that just need swapping over, there's a couple more touch-ups of paint that need to be done, a few more bits of vents and things that just need to be fiddled with. And what this generally means is that people are walking on carpet, and I don't want that happening with an ivory carpet. So we've decided to push forward to tomorrow morning, which is fine because tomorrow morning is D-Day.
These are the boxes of the excess flooring to be returned to the supplier, so you can see that they are open. I'm not quite sure whether they'll take them back, but we'll just have to see. They're obviously protected a little bit by the white cardboard here. But let's see if they take them back and what money we can get. Meanwhile, the sofa has been delivered. I've kept this actually wrapped up. You can see this. I think this is a Romo by Linara fabric, I think, by the looks of it. It's well wrapped up with cardboard and plastic, which is great. We'll sign happily away for that. Now this is the gripper, which goes along the edges to fasten the carpet to. So you can see Lee has put all this down around the edges. And here is the underlay, which is going, it's a good quality underlay. And when it's finished, it looks like this. You have the gripper at the end and the underlay right next to it. And if you can see here, you can see the little tacks. That's the gripping part, which grips onto the carpet itself. Here the carpet has been pulled into place. You can see around the edges it needs to be cut. And obviously in the middle there'll be a pile of other bits of remnants of carpet to be taken away. And you can see the underlay underneath. And we've actually folded this back so you can actually walk on it and not be worrying about the rest of the carpet being damaged. And obviously, as you can see here, the people will be walking on this underlay up to the bathroom in there without having to worry about the carpet. These are now the hula hoop tiles that are safely down. They've just been washed. You can see the grey grout lines in between, perfectly spaced. These are all looking good. And if we pan back, you can see that the gaps there, that's where the skirting will go on, just all the way along there. And here are the appliances going in. And this is the children's bathroom. And the legs need to be put onto this cabinet. But otherwise all is looking good in there. There's a few more bits to finish off. But that's all the tiling sorted. And as you can see there, that's the hatch, that's the access hatch, so you can get onto the bath. Moving carpet around a property can be tricky work. So generally the guys will stand on it to make a bend in it, so it's a bit more malleable to get around. It's tough work, it's extremely heavy, getting it round corners. It's a good job going down here.
Another physically tough day today. The packets of flooring have gone off to hopefully be refunded. Not entirely sure how that one's going to pan out, but we'll have to have a look at it. I suppose we'll just have to see tomorrow to see whether they'll be accepted. Some of the packets were ripped. You couldn't see it from the top, like I showed you before. So whether they'll actually take them back is another matter, but we'll see. We don't need them on site, so it's probably a bit of a moot point. The only thing that you can sort of lose out technically is financially at this point, but you said at least you've got rid of them off site. You don't need them, they're not in the way. One thing that's come to light is we appear to have some missing bathroom locks. Now I know that they're on site, it's just a question of what's happened to them. They should be somewhere around, they probably are. I'm probably needlessly worrying, but if they are missing, then the builders will have to pay for them because it's them that have lost them. I counted them in. I know that they're there. I'm absolutely filthy at the moment. I've got dust all over me. You probably can't see it actually. It's actually sort of all over me, but most of it's actually on my jeans and my shoes, which is just trial and error, just how things are. Of course, when the carpets are in, you have to take your shoes off. Otherwise, you will get dirt on them, dirt and dust, and you don't want that at all. One thing you do have to be is physically fit for this job. You will be running up and down stairs, in and out. Effectively, you're almost like a builder's help for the day. There's no point in thinking I'm not going to get my hands dirty and I'm just going to sit there and play an interior designer. That doesn't work. You have to be able to get your hands dirty. You'll get far more respect from the guys on site, and if they see you trying to do something, they will often step in and get there before you because they realise it needs to be done and it's sufficiently serious enough for you to start doing things. Everything has been checked off my list today, which is great. It's a lot of work, it's very tiring, so I'm now going home. I've got a few calls to make, I've got a few emails to do just to check on a few things which have come up during the course of the day. I'm also chasing Ernest, the lovely handyman, for the Primrose Hill job, who's got his diary dates mixed up. So I've had to text the client and let her know that they're coming tomorrow instead of today. Annoying, but there's nothing you can do. You are at the behest of the people that do the work for you. Still no sign of the joiner, really worried about that, but I did see the client on site today, and she, being the lovely person that she is, sort of fully understands. She's as bemused as I am. Actually, no one's more bemused than I am, because he literally has disappeared. We shall see.